No intro today, folks. We're getting straight into this. Now, before we read this, I want to show you something. Fantastic Four is, in my calculation, should be 400% cooked. Let me show you what I mean. The test screening reportedly been mid with CGI incomplete, characters work lacking. I'm gonna skip to this. Now, we all seen that Marvel doesn't do public test screening unless they are worried. That was the case of Eternals, The Marvels, Ant-Man Quantumania, and also Captain America The Brave New World. This comes from Jeff Snyder, who has a source who attended. His source says that the film was mid and meh, meaning not that bad but not that good either. Perhaps more concerning are the criticism about the weak character development and bad CGI. I believe this is the one. It says, how was the reception of the screening? General reaction I'm hearing is okay, but it's not a big sample size. A couple of people have said that the first act was shaky, but it gets better once Galactus shows up. Now another one, viewer Anon described overall response as okay, but not a big sample size. Also noted that the version screen was very unfinished, only 25% VFX complete. Something could certainly skew audience reaction. The film isn't elicit the kind of extreme reaction being reported from the Superman test screening. The fact that Marvel felt the need to hold public test screen suggests some internal anxiety. The studio hasn't had a runaway hit since Deadpool and Wolverine, with Bob Iger reportedly disappointed with the 2026 release date. Fantastic Four expected to anchor the brand moving forward alongside the upcoming X-Men reboot. Here's another one. The MCU, folks. My calculation is correct. Now, Shackman comments on the latest now growing laundry list of film will be infected with feminist ideology. If you played an exact 60s Sue today, everyone would think she's a bit doormat, so figuring out how to capture the essence of what she represents to each generation where gender politics were different and embodied that today was one of the greatest joy of this. One of these things I love most from Sue's history is when she became Malice. All of her dark side or stuff comes out. I was obsessed with that chapter of her life, so I wanted to make sure that there was a tone of Malice that wasn't just the stereotype of a goody, sweet mother. I've been really interested in the mess of femininity. I can't even say that word, sorry. Femininity, and how can you be both? How can you be all those things? Not just be tough, invisible, powerful woman, but also a mother who gives birth, which itself a superhero act. I love these characters are real human in a messy family who argue and try to work it out and get things wrong. Now let's talk about Julia Garner. We met up some restaurant in Burbank or something. I don't remember, but I knew it was a Fantastic Four. And then I was confused because I was like, wait, isn't Silver Surfer a man? I was just like, okay, I'll play anything. You know, I can give kudos to Julia Garner for one thing. At least she admits she knows that Silver Surfer is, of course. Yeah, now there is also multiverse and all that stuff. Frankly, that's not how it works, Marvel. Look, if I were a multiverse, if I were making my own multiverse, which I'm probably certain I do, I wouldn't do a sex swap, race swap, or anything. No. If Silver Surfer was a man, then remain a man. It can't be female, unless of course it is a legacy such as daughter or anything. That is a different story, okay? Generally, Silver Surfer is a man, nothing more, unless Silver Surfer transfer that power to somebody else. That could happen. Oh yeah, it's already June, and it's probably gonna be a month away until Fantastic Four release. And not only that, I think at the end of June this year, it could be the 20th anniversary of Fantastic Four. I believe Fantastic Four movie, I'm sorry, I need to recheck this because I'm confusing the movie and the game. I had to recheck this. This is what happens when people disrespect the source material. Sometimes you have to read the comics, play the game, in order to play the role that you were given. But when people like this forbids you, it is not going to succeed in the long run. Yes, you want to be different from the comics, but at the same time, you still have to refer to the comics. You can't just ignore it. You ignore it, you think fans will even come for you? At least Marvel Rivals did one thing right. They give suits based on the comments or the comics. And that's what happens. Marvel Rivals did not just gain players from Overwatch community or players who played Overwatch 2, but they also gained comic book fans. How many of those Overwatch players are comic book fans? To all female viewers, I like to ask this. Do you approve? Do you look at this as... Let me rephrase what I said. Do you approve this virtue signaling? No, I'm seriously. I'm asking all female viewers here. Do you approve Hollywood or even Marvel to virtue signaling to your cause? Think about that for a second. I don't know what's happening, folks, but I think ever since Endgame, things have changed, folks. It's not the same anymore. I'm glad that after No Way Home, I'm checked out of the MCU for good this time.
The main entrance is clear. I'm going in.
Leave a like and subscribe if you want gaming news, gaming theories, or you just want to see me play games. Visit my first, third, and fourth channel up here or link in the description.